Oh, wow. You can't even see that. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone can hear me. Actually, I want to check. But I'm just checking sound here because I want to make sure y'all can hear me. And you're going to, I don't know if you can see the dog. You're definitely going to hear him because I put a cat bell on him. Here you go, boy. You see my mask. Okay. Okay. You see my mask. So anyone here? Okay. Okay. You see my mask. So anyone here? Okay. Oh wow. Give me a second. So anyone here? Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Give me a second. Please let me know if you can hear me. I plugged my mic in the wrong. Hello. Hello. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna set my thing up. I have this set up so that I can like show you cards. I got a new deck that I'm using today. I just want to make sure everything okay. So the viewing area is even not that big, but I have a candle going over here, another one over here. This is my I'm probably gonna use the point and move to cards. So I'll put that. And that's my mask. I'll just keep this in the corner so I remember. Okay, so Amber, did you want to check? Hello. How do I say your name? Shakira? Shakira? But hi, Amber. Hi, Nia. And hi, Shakira. And please correct me to the proper pronunciation of your name. Okay, I'm going in order. And if you donated or anything, please let me know. I'll probably wrap up with all that other stuff later. Oh, the dog's actually behaving. I think he thinks I'm talking to him. He's usually not around when I'm doing my checks. Okay, Mia, if you donated, I'm going to get you first. So that's what I was going to mention. If you donated, you get bumped up so I can get you in. Because I have been, I spent most of the day this morning and yesterday going through correspondence. And I still I just hit like March 2nd and March 1st today. I still have a whole bunch from the 29th and the 1st. So thanks for being patient, guys. Okay, let's see. So since you did the $11 one, there are different like spreads technically. Yay, you caught me live. So I'm gonna do the $11 one. I explained in the description box. And you might not be able to see all the cards. I'm sorry. But I figure I want to give y'all something to see instead of just a blank screen. So I had to get a webcam. Okay. So what I'm getting for you is, where did I put my wand? Oh my goodness, the dog will grab it in a second. Okay, so what I'm getting, and if you don't like feathers, this is what I used to smudge with. So I'm just gonna use it to point as well, if it's even needed. But what I'm getting for you is there is some type of family curse or hex present, but some protective female energy in the background. It feels like a very maternal person that maybe she had a lot of power before she passed, meaning I'm feeling either she had a very strong, how do you call it? A very strong like hold over the family, or a lot of people answer to her, or she may even still be alive right now. But I feel like she does something protective to keep the family protected, and that kind of keeps this energy away. It does feel like the whatever is going on with your family, it's something that runs in your family, and it feels stagnant, as if it's not 100, it's not active right now. Um, I'm not really picking up on when it would become active or how recently in the past it's been active, but that's what I'm getting for that. When it comes to you having any evil eye or any intentional spell work done on you, again, I'm picking up that you have had some intentional spell work done on you, but you're protected. Like I feel like something on the spiritual realm blocked it for you. So I'm still picking up the energy from that female figure from like very when I first opened up to your energy. Um, and somebody, this might be somebody from school or work that has thrown something at you or has some evil eye or something of that nature, or just wishes you not 100% well. Oh, shoot. Give me a second. Okay. When it comes to having spirit around, having spirit or energies around you, it feels like there is something around the land in your home. It feels like it could be by if there's a mound or a hill or some area where the land is a little bit higher. It feels like it's around there. If you need like an explanation of where, but I feel like it may have been used for like pagans, or I don't want to say Satanists because I don't want to be alarmist or try and scare you, but it feels like people that were into the straight up occult doing work there. To be honest, they don't feel like people of color. So they feel like they're European descent that did some things there. And it could have been way back, but I feel like the land still holds some of that energy. So you may pick up on that every once in a while. Um, oh, you knew it, that somebody from work did something towards you? Elaborate if you want to. What else do we have here? And then when it comes to the energy around you, and if it's time for you to cleanse, I feel that like the energy in your space is pretty good. I don't feel like spiritual residue or buildup really affects you as much as it does other people. I don't feel like you're extra sensitive to this. Some people are extremely sensitive. I feel like it's well contained for you at this time. Um, I mean, could you use like, so when it comes to you, like what I would suggest for people that are more sensitive would be to cleanse more often. Like, and for those people, I would say cleanse like weekly or every other week. For you, I feel like you can really get by only cleansing once a month, unless you feel something weird juju around you. Yes. Yep. Okay. That's it. It is somebody, you were absolutely on point with that. So I would even take it a step farther and say, like, don't accept anything from them. You might, oh, this dog don't give a damn about my tarot cards. Hold on. I wish I could take a picture and show y'all what he is doing right now. He really don't give a damn. I see. That makes sense. But for what I was pointing to was specifically like your home environment. But for work, I feel that. And I don't know, your coworker might be a little bit unbalanced. And I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, like she may be I've been calling it neurodivergent. That's what people are calling people with mental illness disorders like bipolarism. Louis, get away from my stuff. um, the dog's name is Louis, so if you hear me yelling at him, that's why. I'm sorry. Um, Schizophrenia. She might have something like that in her family. Because I don't know, I pick up she feels like you offended her somehow, or she just feels threatened by you. But it's almost irrational why she feels that way about you, if that makes sense. But you're good, and I'm trying to end with suggestions for what to do. As far as your family curse hex situation, you really can not do anything about it until it becomes active. I would just say try it in the meantime. Try and find yourself a few people that do removals, especially a lot of people like to work locally. See if you can find somebody locally that could probably help you when it's time. So to have some people on deck. Please include myself in that list because as long as I'm online, I can help. Um, when it comes to work, continue to wear your evil eye stuff and cleanse yourself. But if things start to get worse, I would say contact me. If you do candle work yourself, you can pick up a reversal candle and light it and put intentions on it with, to remove whatever she's trying to put on you in the early stages. If it kind of I don't know the term for this, but if there's been some times and she started it and you've been noticing effects for a while, I would say a month to 2 months. I would say at that time try and get somebody else in. But at the early stages is where a lot of like home, like if you're somebody that does stuff at home, you can do things and to negate it and they'll be the most helpful. It's when people have let things kind of sit by. Well, I didn't think it was serious and it's been a year. That's when you probably need to call in a spiritual worker like myself. When it comes to your outside energy or the thing I picked up outside in your home area, I don't feel it's going to bother you as long as you don't really go outside and do rituals or anything by it or try to meditate out there by it. And I feel like you pick up on the energy and you know. And then when it comes to the very last part, we already talked about the energy stuff. You cleanse yourself daily for work. So that's what I have for you, Nia. I won't call you Naya. Nia. Naya. I'm sorry. I'm having a problem with pronunciation right now. Shakira. Okay. Let me know what you have to say, and I'm going to move on to Amber. You are very welcome. Nia. Okay. Okay. So for you, Amber, when it comes to is there a curse or a hex on your family, I'm getting yes, and I'm picking up that it has dog move. Jeez, sit down. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and ignore him. That it does have something to do with relationships in your family. I'm actually feeling that uh, I'm going to not talk about that right now because I feel that I'll get more info on it later. But I'm picking up on things with houses. Your family might have a history with losing houses or having fires in their home or something of that nature. Um, when it comes to has somebody put evil eye on you or done negative spell work against you, I'm getting yes, and that they're still actively like they still have plans to send things. But I'm getting that you again are protected, like most people I've been reading. The only thing I would become concerned if is if you start noticing things in your day to day. And really noticing things that just feel off. When it comes to you having spirits around and in your home, I'm picking up again, your ancestors got you. They have you protected. I'm really not picking up on much when it comes to ghosts around you, when it comes to ghosts, when it comes to ghost being like bothersome or being not within your own family, if you know what I mean. When it comes to the energy around you, I am picking up kind of like I picked up before. Well, no, this is different. But I'm feeling that there is some sort of rituals that have been done either where you stay currently and your work. It feels like some place you go to a lot if it's not your home, if it's not work, if it's not school. But I specifically am picking up on like candle work, on somebody that works with moon and the moon cycles. I don't feel that they have been doing this recently, but I do feel that it's been done on land that you frequent. So I feel like you might get some of this energy. Hi, Autumn. Nice to see you here. Amber, are you here still? And then that's what I'm getting for that. Um, Going back to what I picked up for your family, I feel like whatever is here, whatever's going on, it's going to become more active, perhaps, and not recently, but in the next 5 years or so. But you have some time to try and find somebody to help you for when it gets bad. And the thing is that it feels like it could be 5 years, it could be 15 years. You really just have to pay attention if you're close to your family. If everything seems to be going weird or bad for everybody around like the same time, like within a 1 to 2 year period of time, that's how you'll know so that it's time for you to in the meantime. Okay, cool. But that's your check, Amber. Shakira, you're next. Ooh, okay. The dog's scared. I feel like I need to. Okay. So for you, Shakira, what I'm picking up on is, again, with you, I'm picking up on a protective energy, but um, there is definitely something present in your family, and it feels definitely like specifically a curse or a hex. I feel this was done by some type of person that knows what they're doing in the occult. It feels like it was some time ago. It feels like when some time ago, around 50 years ago. Um, so that's what I'm picking up for that. Is it active right now? No, it is not. Um, when it comes to anybody having evil eye or doing spell work against you, I'm feeling that you have somebody that's thinking about it. But again, I'm getting the sense that you're extremely protected. So anything that they throw at you, it's really not going to hit you. Hold on, let me get a sip. So anything they throw at you, I don't feel it really hitting you with a full force and intention that they send it with. So you can feel comfortable in that, I feel. When it comes to you having spirits around you, again, I'm not really picking up on anything outside of your family spirits that may come visit you or check on you. I'm not really picking up on a spirit. Um, if you get a sense of feeling watched, though, that's more related to stop. Oh my gosh, related to the any of this negative energy or curse. Hold on, I'm about to put this dog up. Hold on, hold on. Okay, Lou. Say hello, and we're gonna go to your cage. Here is Louie. If you can see his little furry head, and he's going away. Here, Lou. Cage. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I'll get you out in a minute. Okay. I don't remember exactly where I was at, but spirits and them not anything weird around you. If you get a sense of feeling watched, that is part of whatever either the person is throwing the spell work, evil eye stuff, or it's the curse. It's not a spirit per se. You have that feeling of being watched. You're welcome, Amber. Sorry I'm seeing you late. So the sense of being watched will go with that. And then when it comes to the energy around you, I feel like you have lucky vibes when I'm picking up on. But you do, again, I'm picking up you don't have to cleanse that often in your like where you sleep. Um it feels like you're pretty okay with energy, but this buildup of energy I'm picking up on is likely from whatever this person is trying to throw at you. So I do recommend, even though you're not sensitive to energy, because of what's going on, and this is if you hear this and you listen like any other time for anyone else, um, that having buildup of energy is not good when you know somebody's actively doing spell work against you, or you actively and you have a curse going on. No, I'm not picking up on who this person could be. Not right now. But to get a deeper reading onto that, I would get a deeper reading on my site if you want to know. But for the basic check, that's, I mean, if I pick it up, I'll tell you, but I don't dig deep into it if it's not right there. Yeah, but I couldn't pick up on the energy of who was sending it to you. Just on like kind of like their intentions of not good. Okay, let's see who I got next. But that's all that I have for you, Shakira. So pretty Rye. Let me get you. Okay, you're very welcome. And if you're here and you donated, please let me know because I'll do you first. And if you and I do a different spread for people that donated versus the free one, and you can look in the description box to see the difference. When it comes to you having something on your family, I am getting a sense of a particular sadness or grief that comes to your family, and it does feel like it's related to some weird energy. I cannot pick up on if it's a curse or hex or if it's karma for your family. So I'll say that I don't feel like it's currently active though. When it comes to somebody doing a hex or curse, I'm picking up that you may be around a place that has a lot of either dead people energy spiritual energy, some place where people pass through, like funeral home, hospital, nursing home, something like that, is around you. And I don't know why they're bringing it up right now in this position, but maybe you might pick up on their energy, but it has nothing to do with evil eye or spell work. They're just bringing it up. When it comes to what I normally ask for, spell work or evil eye, um, okay. So it feels like something about those energies I was picking up on before. Um, I don't know if you pick up on them, like if you're sensitive and you feel um when you're around these places, but I'm not picking up on evil eye or spell work. I am picking up on perhaps you being followed by spirits and you may feel it. I don't feel like they enter your home, but you may be followed around by some. And when I say spirits, I don't feel it's intentional. I feel like they're kind of lost. You may have like some like abilities, um, is why they're following you around. Hi, Autumn. Okay, I will get you in. So that's what I'm getting there. And then when it comes to your space and residual energy, I'm getting the sense that you're very heavily protected by your ancestors. I literally got my ancestor card, if you can see it. Oh, it's upside down for you, I think. This is my ancestor card. And in addition to this, they help keep your space protected. And I feel that there's a large reason why these energies that follow you, why they really, it doesn't seem like most of them get into your space. Like I want to say 85% of them are blocked. And that's by your spiritual team and your ancestors. Um, so what you can do about some of these things, I'm forgetting to add, for the issue that's going on with your family, um, I'm not getting that you need anything right now. Um, Again, as I mentioned to other people, if you notice things going very bad, very weird, get another check, from me or somebody else, to see what's going on at the time. For you, I feel that they're trying to ask you to work on your spiritual gifts and work on protecting yourself when you're out, because I feel like they can easily protect you when you're at home, but not when you're outside of your home. So wearing crystals like this is a black tourmaline right here, and this is a aqua aura clear quartz. It doesn't have to be aqua aura. Like, and I can try, if you can see that shimmer there, if you can get that, it doesn't have to be aqua aura. I just like it because of what I do. But the clear quartz, black tourmaline, carrying obsidian on you, and selenite, and lapis lazuli, especially if you're sensitive, will help prevent anything reaching out to you energetically. It helps form a barrier. So pretty, right? That's all I have for you. Oh, my little feather fell off. I don't know if that means anything to you, but oh, I forgot to mention, if you donated and I got you, can you please send me a DM? Or if you previously DM'd me checking, send a DM and say that I got you in a stream, because I'm going back and checking and some people aren't responding, which is fine. But it's because I'm trying to make sure I'm getting everybody that has sent me a message. And as I'm getting through, it's kind of hard for me to, I mean, I guess if I reached out to you, you can see it, but I'm just trying to get everybody in a decent amount of time, as fast as I can. So letting me know that I got you really helps. Okay. It's funny that card came back. Okay. So what I'm picking up for you is when it comes to there being a curse or hex on your family, I feel like there's one around, it's inactive at this time. I feel like it's specifically waiting for somebody in your family to start working with magic or something of that magic, spell work, whatever. I would say stay extremely protected. I will say, like, from the very outset, if you can get a cleansing from myself or somebody else, that would be very beneficial to prevent this energy that I feel is kind of lurking around to come in when you're like most sensitive to spirit and kind of using that, taking advantage of that and trying to wreak havoc in your family's life. That's what I pick up at the very, very first. Second, I feel like somebody has done spell work on you, or they look at a picture of you and they they either they wish you badly or they want your life. It's like either or. It feels like they're jealous of some type of romantic, like this here, it comes up as a romantic relationship you have or a loving relationship with somebody else. It could be a friendship. It could be something else of that nature. But I'm picking up that somebody does this now. As far as the evil eye I get from there, does it do anything to you specifically? No, I don't feel like it affects you, but that energy is around. So if you know who that might be, that would really help you, Autumn. When it comes to spirits and having energy around you, oh, well, no, energy's not yet, but having spirits around you, I feel like you have like family spirits around. I'm really not picking up on. Mm, mm, okay. I feel like you have family spirits, and again, I feel that they're extremely protective of you, and that they're doing your job. So I'm getting that you may not pick up on everything that gets sent your way because I feel that they block it. Here, let me straight up ask if that's her. So, oh wow, I'm getting yes. It is his older sister. For some reason she doesn't like you, but again, I got that you're protected, but definitely, don't let your guard down around her too much. If you get work from me as far as a protective work or anti-spell work, it automatically includes a binding in there, so that person can no longer send anything else your way. So just so you know, if you feel like you may need it at some point. Um, your ancestors are coming up again. When it comes to the energy around you, um, again, as I picked up for somebody earlier, if you feel a watchful energy around, I don't feel like it's a spirit or ghost. I feel like it is part of your familial hex curse situation. Um, it doesn't feel like an actual ghost. It feels like specific energy to do with this here. I hope this helped. You have any questions at the moment? I think you're the last person in here. I'm gonna probably go stream on whatchamacallit, Periscope in a second. I'll see if I can put this camera up there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this was definitely in a nick of time for you. If you're noticing that, Oh, absolutely. I feel like that's likely the opening that it's waiting for. Um, I've had someone, as soon as she picked up cards, she felt bad energy within that week. I don't know if you've picked up cards yet, but I would say be careful. I would say sage your space. I would say do salt baths and Epsom salt baths, but to be honest, with what I'm picking up for this, I don't feel like that's going to be enough. I feel like as soon as this energy or entity picks up on a spiritual opening, it's going to take it. It's going to take its full advantage. So, doing protective measures really won't help you unless you're making sure that you are in your home in a room that is like very, very heavily protected. It's almost like I would recommend you get a cleansing before you go any further down this path, to be honest. And you absolutely don't have to do it with me, but find somebody to get that you trust their work to get a cleansing from, because that was the very first thing that came up when I pulled for you. So I think this was very good timing. Okay. But in the meantime, I would say do all the things, do the sage, but spirit is yelling at me that that's not going to help you right now. So they're like, she can do all this. It's going to give you a false sense of safety and protection. So I would say if you can, don't touch anything divination wise until you find somebody that can help you um, with this energy I'm picking up on, and they could possibly help you with the stuff going on with your man's sister. Oh, that's good. Tourmaline helps. It helps protect you, but with what this thing, and I'm not trying to alarm you, but like I would say, of all the people that I read, what I would recommend, like if you have the coin, I would say get a cleanse with me this week. Like, I honestly, most people I say, oh, you can wait. I feel like for you, you should do it like way sooner than later. It'll take care of what's going on with this energy, this intent on trying to use you and your spiritual gifts or get access to you. And also, it'll take care of that situation with the the evil eye stuff. But I just don't feel like that stuff's really going to hit that much for you. Okay, you are very, very welcome. Stay safe, and yes, wear everything that you possibly can. I would say stones are your best thing. I would sleep with black tourmaline. I would never ever take it off, to be like, until you get your cleansing. Okay, cool. You can check the link in the description box and the cleansing, but you DM me. And I can direct you, but if you want to look at what is offered, you can look down there. It's $75 for just one person, and you can see what the other offerings are. But I'll be looking for your DM. Okay, is there anybody else here that would like to get checked? Okay, I'm gonna mention this. Oh, hopefully I don't mess anything up. Damn, my phone is dead. Yep, dead phone. I'm just gonna put out a reminder for anybody that wants checked, see if anybody is around. Um, Oh, Lord. Mhm. I don't even know if you can hear that. Sounds like a rocket going off. Yeah, right now I'll put this here so you know that still streaming on YouTube for free checks. And no wait, no wait right now. I'm gonna check the chat right now. I can't see nothing. Okay. I'm just putting this here. My janky feathers. They're not janky. Let me not talk about them like that. If anybody wants to check, please let me know if you have previously donated. If not, I might just pop over to Periscope and do a stream there, because I know most people on Twitter, it's easier to watch streams on Periscope than it is on YouTube. Oh, I have somebody that wishes he was available. I'll get you, bruh. Yeah, I think most people are just busy right now. Okay, I'm gonna hop on. Hi, Johnny. I read you before. Oh, hey, girl. Okay, so what's going on? Oh, thank you for giving me your username so I can go look at our chat. So I'm gonna go do that right now. I remember you. I just, since I've been doing so many, checks, people just run. Oh, have we DM'd before? Let me see, paste. Yeah, I don't have a DM for me, but it might be on my other account. I don't see a message from you, so but I do remember reading for you. Let me come back to the chat box. Just feeling heavy. Oh, that's very possible. Oh, you're good. I was like, I can't find our chat. All right. If it has nothing to do with what's going on now, that's yeah, I'm still not seeing anything, so that's fine. I'll just go over here. Okay. Yeah, I just looked there, but go on ahead, girl. I feel that when it comes to like this situation, I'll just tell you what I'm picking up on. Um, you just may need to take some time, especially because you feel it's a karmic thing. And I feel like, regardless of the labels that we put on things, the emotions for a lot of them are still very the same. So I feel like you may have had a very deep emotional bond with this person and also maybe some deep hurt, deep trauma as well. You need to take some time and really process what that relationship meant to you. The good things, the bad things, the things you want to improve in your next relationship. Um, what I also am getting for you is there could be, and if you can tell me how recently you broke up. Okay, spiritual Sabrina, I'll get you as as soon as I'm done picking up on some energy for Janae here. Um, but I'm feeling it's going to take you some time. The time period that's popping up in my head is 3 weeks for you to really process things. Um, okay, for you to process things, and I don't know if there's a chance of reconciling or if there's a chance for you know what, while you're here and I have my cards, um, I'm gonna do my how does my ex feel about me spread, and we'll see what I can put for you. I mean, it's not about but it's a reading on you and your ex, even though I say, how does your ex feel? It's more focused on the healing aspects after breakup. Okay. Okay, let's get this one. Okay. Um, yeah. Like he's not healed from this. I'm getting you both are not, have things to say. It's very interesting that the throat chakra card came up here because to say or things to get off your chest, you don't necessarily have to say them to each other. Hey, Lauren. You don't necessarily have to say them to each other, but I feel like you need to process the feelings. Um, I don't know if he was controlling or manipulative with you. I feel like this energy, maybe you two are possessive of each other. But I do feel that this is, I hesitate to say clean break because there's really not many of those. But I feel that this break is going to allow the both of you to become more balanced. I'm doing good. Just living life, living the corona. Well, I mean, I'm trying not to say anything about that. Living the life, the quarantine life. um, when it comes to um, the other things, he may be getting his focus and hurt or just trying to forget about things and working on his career. Um, I still feel that both of you are going to feel kind of disoriented when it comes to love because I feel like you guys are missing the connection, but I feel like you may understand. Oh, yeah, that method. That's so funny because I literally got Louis, calm down. Um, well, yeah, it came up. It came up, the love reading check. But oh, okay. Well, hold on because I have spiritual Sabrina. I'm gonna finish up Janae here, and then I'll get you. But when it comes to, I literally got the strength card in this deck, and that is a Leo card, so it's that energy. That I wasn't even thinking about it, but that makes sense. That is what um came up in the spread as well. So yeah, but he is not really seeing what he did as like wrong, as like abnormal. But I feel like this is a good thing for you right now. Um, Again, I'm not sure if y'all will get back together. That seems uncertain. But I would recommend once you know that you're done with him, to do a cord cutting. Um, hey, Mallory, I'm so glad. Um, but once you know that you are done with him and feelings, you can start to do cord cuttings to release him. To release your attachment to him, your emotional attachment to him, and you may need to do a few of them. Like I would recommend maybe you can do a meditation on YouTube. I do cord cuttings. And it doesn't just involve cord cutting from the person that you are trying the person. It also removes anything negative or anything that you don't need anymore. Any relationships, any like it removes all of that. And it just leaves you with the memories and just, it helps you kind of distance yourself emotionally when you're ready. I feel that. If you're ready to cut some cords and you want me to help you do it, yes, I use Archangel Michael in my cord cutting. Absolutely. Louis, me and you were going to fight. You probably hear the dog making all this damn noise. Sorry, not my dog. I'm dog sitting. Feel spoiled. You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. Okay, so I'm go to spiritual Sabrina here. You're like this is love. All right, let me flip. I have sage going in the background, y'all. So you know my candles. It's the light that you see here. My protective candles. I have some tourmaline and aqua aura on deck. Ooh, okay. So Sabrina, first I got the moon. Oh wow. So you definitely have some stuff going on. I'm gonna pull some extra cards. Normally I don't. I stop at 4 for free checks unless I'm guided to do a little more. And okay, so I feel like your dreams of your deceased son or loved ones is. I feel like they're like it feels protective. It feels like warning. It feels like that type of thing. So I'll just address that first. Um, when it comes to, and also, yeah, it feels like a loving, like I'm picking up, and for most people that I read on today, I feel like they have very protective ancestor energy, um, like very protective energy around them. And I feel that this is the same for you, although I do feel that something weird is going on or has been thrown at you. I feel that it used to be contained, but maybe in the past 2 to 3 months, it has become awakened. It does feel like 3 to 6 months. It does feel like a familial hex curse situation. Um, are other people in your family experiencing weird things? Um, I'm feeling that you might be getting a lot of the energy for some reason, and it could be you have spiritual in your name. So I'm assuming that you're spiritual. It could be because if you're open, if you have abilities, it could be the reason why you're getting hit the most. I would check on your protective measures. As I mentioned to somebody earlier in the stream, with them, they were their guides were telling me that they needed to put down divination methods because there was definitely something going to use it in the near future as an opening to start wreaking havoc and for her. For you, I don't feel like that's the case, but I feel like that's why why it's more drawn to you at this time. Again, because you're protected, I don't feel like it's hitting or it's really getting into your space right now. But I feel that that's temporary. I feel like it will eventually in the next 3 months. That's where 3 was coming from. In the next 3 months or so, um, because I'm getting that, and there might be something. I don't know if you live near a graveyard, but I'm kind of picking up that that kind of feeds into this as well. Like you may already get wandering things from this graveyard or from a place close to you where people passed, but it's going to be even more so because of this energy that I feel brewing. It feels like it's picking up steam. So you're right. Like your intuition is right there because I feel kind of the same. And you're getting warnings. Oh my gosh, you didn't see what's going on in the chat. Hi, Frida. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for keeping track, Lauren. I appreciate it. Um, right now, what you can do is get yourself, keep the inside of your home protected as much as you can. Um, I would say if you can get some sage, and I'm going to say kitchen sage. If you have white sage, of course, use it. Get some sage, get some Palo Santo wood, um, burn a little bit of the sage, let that dissipate for 30 minutes to an hour, and then burn the Palo Santo and try and keep that lit or going for about 5 to 10 minutes. Leave the window open for a little bit or cracked, and think of bringing positive energy into your space. And then when you're done with visualizing that, close your windows, and that'll help keep the inside of your home okay. And sprinkle some salt in the corners of each room after you do that. After you've done the palo, that brings positive in, and the salt is going to kind of block out anything else negative. Like salt completely blocks out all energy. So it's going to keep the positive in your home, and it's going to keep the negative out. Hey. Yeah, and I will also recommend my services here because I do feel like getting a cleansing from me, um, it will remove this. It will deal with this energy I got going on here. It won't deal with like the graveyard stuff. Like, oh, well, now I'm not done with your reading. I'm sorry. You may notice like your money becoming affected at some point in time. Like, I'm not getting specific on how or why, but if it's not already, but I feel like that is something coming up, and a reminder that you have loving family here protecting you. So they're kind of saying don't become too anxious. They kind of they're kind of giving you the sense they got you. I feel they guided you to me to tell you what you should, you know what I'm saying, that you should definitely get some help from somebody, a spiritual person, like a practitioner, a spiritual practitioner. But yeah, I should be on. I'll get you, Mallory. Um, I'll get everybody that's currently here, and if somebody else comes in afterwards, like we'll figure that out. But still on Sabrina. So that's what I'm getting for you. You can definitely get a cleanse for me, and it will take care of much of this energy. It just won't take care of the ghosts and things. The how I mentioned for you to keep your home protected, that will keep 75% of ghosts out of your home. So I would say continue doing that for that. But that is the information I have. Like, you absolutely don't have to come to me, but I do offer a service that can take care of that for you. So check the description box for links to those services and the price and stuff, or DM me. My DMs are finally more clear. So hopefully that helped you. Yes, you can absolutely DM me. We got there at the same time mentally. All right. Okay, I'm moving on to the next person. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Mm-mm. Okay, I'm gonna get Lauren. Lauren, I'm gonna do Mallory's check first, and then I'm gonna get you. Okay, and you don't feel please don't feel responsible to stay. I appreciate you modding for me. I really do. But if you have something else to do, I completely understand. And if anybody previously donated and you're here, please let me know because I do a fuller spread if you donated. Um, I just ask that you DM me and let me know that I got you. So that when I'm going through my DMs, because I'm finally got to March 1st. finished going through anybody that DM'd me on March 2nd and got to March 1st. So I have an idea. So I'm not like, you know, double checking and stuff. Okay. So I'm getting an absolute yes on you having a family curse or something, but it feels like it only affects the younger people in your, here we go. So I'm going to try and put all these cards so you guys can see them. You really can't. This viewing area is really small. New camera, I guess, but geez. Anyway, it's not that important. It feels like it affects mostly younger people, or when you have more younger people in your generation. So for example, let's say you and your siblings, cousins, you all have kids that are like young, like under the age of 18. I feel like this curse hits around that time when there's more children in your family. I'm not quite picking up on exactly what it could be, like what exactly it does. I feel like it hits in various different ways. When it comes to having evil eye or spell work done against you, I'm getting a no. When it comes to um, you having negative spirit, like not negative, excuse me, spirits around you, um, and their interactions with you, I'm getting that they actually stay away from you, like intentionally stay away from you. I don't know why. That's actually maybe only the fifth person I've ever picked that up on. Um, but yeah, they actively stay away from me for some reason. Um, it feels like you're very protected by something, or it could be. And hold on, I'm getting tea. It could be that because of this um, like generational curse that comes up in waves. It could be because it's got a hold on your family so much. It kind of puts an aura of, I don't want to say that y'all are it, like, or for like your energy belongs to it, but it could be that. It could be because of what's going on. The other spirits just kind of don't want to bother. They want to deal with easier, and please excuse my term, but easier prey or easier people to target. Um, when it comes to the energy around you, I'm picking up that there's not a lot of residual energy, but you do need to what is going on here. I don't know if your family's on the verge of having more children or if people are preparing to have kids in your home, but I am picking up on it's going to become more active soon. And soon 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. But I feel like regardless if it's active or inactive, it still puts off that weird warding energy towards other and like other spirits. Like I feel like regular ghosts, they're not really gonna want to mess with you or your family because of it. Um you seem to be complicated. Yeah. But sometimes it's okay to be complicated. But yeah, I definitely needed to get this here. I feel like there's a lot of women in your family that keep things protected, and they feel on it feels like on this, like on the other side, like people that have passed. I feel that they really put in work to keep y'all protected. Um, So that's what I got for you, Mallory. And if I didn't say so already, I feel like my services would help you, but I have not dealt with something like quite like your case. But I feel that I could definitely um, work with this. And actually, let me ask real quick, because normally if I come across something like this, I'll ask if I'm if what I do can help you. Oh, wow. So I got a yes, that I absolutely can help you. That if you were to ask me to do work for you, it would have to be around, let me think, a full moon. That would give us more energy. So the next full moon is about 2 weeks. If you want to get that done, or if you are getting it done from me or from anyone else, you should try and have them do it around the full moon. Um, but they gave me a green light for it. So um, I hopefully that helps you. You said both agreed upon. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good, Mallory. Take care. All right, Lauren. It is definitely your time now. Now, what type of check did you want me to do for you? So if anybody's confused, I did a check for somebody on their ex. I do a how does my ex feel right now? And it kind of is to help you heal and help you get over your relationship, or for you to know where the other person is at and where you're at in your breakup process and how do you feel. For some people, reconciliation is kind of pointed towards that that's a possibility. For other people, it gives you a little bit more information to help you get over the breakup and deal with it. So Lauren came in on one of those and she would like a check. So you're welcome, Mallory. Okay, thanks, Lauren. If the X pop up. I guess for my checks is more like, do you have somebody specific in mind, or you just want to know like what the general lay of what the general tea is? So I can do either one. I'm just getting my cards together. They're not in order, or not all facing the same direction. Damn. Okay, general tea. It's my favorite. I really enjoy doing love readings. Okay. Okay, do you want me to do a how does he feel spread on him? To see how he feels about you? And your connection? Ooh, okay. This definitely popped out. Blew out. The lovers came out. Jeez. His heart, like he's not being completely open to you for some reason, but I do feel that you guys have the potential, as indicated by the lovers here, to have a loving and stable connection at some point. It just might not be right now. We're gonna see these cards. So this is upright for me, and this is reversed. So it's gonna look opposite. And this is what we see like this. Oh wow, you're getting a lot. Damn. Like there's somebody else I did a love reading on, and it was very, very extremely positive. And I was like, not that normally they aren't with me, but normally it's just, I don't know. They're usually medium. I don't know. But anyways, for him, I'm getting that you guys might argue and fight some. For real, I feel like the main issue with Cameron here is that he's really trying to protect his heart. And as you can see, like this heart in this cage, and just he's trying to be in control of his feelings as well. He may be a very calculating type person. I don't know if he's an earth sign or he has heavy earth placements. But this is something I typically find with like the energy I'm getting feels like Taurus energy, perhaps Virgo energy. Um, uh-huh. But all these, like I got, this is like the Two of Cups, this coming together card. This is like the Ace of Cups. So I don't know how long you guys have been talking to each other, dealing with each other, but I'm getting a lot of sexual chemistry is indicated by the sacral chakra card, and that you guys make each other feel safe, balanced, and grounded. For the most part, I just feel like it is being on the same page about your emotions. The only part that I kind of feel in here that doesn't work is that you guys argue because you guys are on the same page times. He's a Taurus and you're Aries. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense with the energy that I'm picking up. But that's so crazy. But he really finds you very I mean, even though you're an Aries, because I notice with women, they're Aries, they seem to have quote unquote masculine energy. I don't feel that. I feel like he sees you as very desirable, very feminine. I feel like he sees you as a very ideal person, like what he imagines a woman should be. It's very like he thinks at least what for as far as a match for him. Um, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. That is usually the clash between fire signs and earth signs. As a fire sign raised by two earth sign parents, um, and I have a lot of fire in my chart, so I completely get it. That is, that's probably going to lead, and that's probably, to be honest with you, that's probably where all the sexual energy comes from. Like, I would say probably a good 30%. It contributes to your, you know what I'm saying, your attraction to each other. I just be like the fight to make up type people sometimes. Um, I feel like he does pick at you at times on purpose for that reason. But that's what I got. Do you have any other questions on that, on him, or anything I picked up on? Yes. Yes. It makes sense. It makes sense. Um, let me see if I can pick up on any advice for you moving forward. The main thing that's sticking out is they want you to listen to your intuition when it comes to him. You may need to, um, he seems like the type of person that could wait out certain circumstances for a while. Like he might be the type of person that, you know how he's like, oh, well, don't hold your breath because this person's never gonna. He's that. I feel like he's that type of energy. So I feel like he can wait out a lot of things. He can be very patient about certain things, even to the point of denying himself things that he wants. So when it comes to doing what's best for you, you have to do what's best for you. And when it comes to, and I'm not saying you should punish him, but when you want him to understand how serious you're being, you need to remove yourself from his physical presence. Because even if you're arguing, I feel that if you are in his reach, he feels that you guys are, he doesn't really feel that, he doesn't really feel it. He really won't feel it until you leave, like until you remove yourself from his being near him. Then he'll see it as being more serious. Let me see. I mean, to be very, very honest, since this spread is how does he feel about you? Yes. I feel like he has a lot of loving feelings towards you. I just feel like for some reason he is keeping that contained because he's afraid of being hurt. I feel for him normally or in the past, he's been a little bit more expressive or a little bit more obvious with how um, with his intentions. And I feel it's blown up in his face before. So he really kind of doesn't do that anymore. He kind of holds back a lot. Okay, so that message is likely that you did the right thing. If you're doubting what your actions, that the steps that you took were right or appropriate. And I feel like when you get back in contact with him and you guys talk, you'll understand a little bit more why. Because of things that he'll tell you. But that's what I got for you, Lauren. If there's anything else you want to ask me, if I can pick up on his actual like energy here, like something else from what I got so far, I'm gonna move on to other people. And you gave me a lovely list: Melissa and Frida. Okay, let me do Melissa, Frida, and I will pull a card in the middle for that, his future, what he's going to do for you. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Okay, Melissa, I'm going to ask if you can donate for a love check. Okay, if you can, that's cool. If you cannot, or if you can wait it out, if I have some time, then hang on. But just let me get to the negative checks and then I will circle back and do the loved ones. If you're okay with hanging out for a minute. Okay. The links are in the description box and you could just go and do you can just, the thing is, for the love checks, they're $8.88. If you're like, okay, I wasn't expecting to do all that, you can do $4.44. $4.44. But when I do love checks, that's the current rate for them. All right, hon. So for Melissa, I'm getting that I feel like your family has a history of, yeah, you absolutely can. I'm Venus Holistics on Cash App and Venmo. But what I'm getting for your negative check here is that I don't feel like you have anything currently active in your family. Um, and I don't feel like you have anything on your family at this time. I feel like your family has a history of having good relationships, people really finding people, like having long marriages and things like that. I feel like you have a positive family history there. When it comes to um, anybody doing evil eye or spell work against you, I'm feeling that there is someone that's like, they're jealous of the things that you have done or things that you have, but I feel like they're actively trying not to send you evil eye. So it could be a Scorpio in your life or somebody that has Scorpio placements is very aware of what their intentions can do. Um, I feel like they're trying so you may need to have a powwow or a chat with a friend because I feel like she's harboring some feelings. I say she, it could be a he, harboring some feelings that are just kind of what's the word? Um, like just brewing and just I can't think of the word right now, but just it's just um damn, I'm sorry. It really escapes me right now, but it's just and they can't help it and they're actively trying to not feel that way towards you. I actually feel this is really like sweet, like they're aware of what they can do and they really don't want it to affect you. um when it comes to um you having spirits around you, I feel like it's mostly family. For most people that I've checked today, it's been mostly family. No stranger spirits really. um And then when it comes to the energy around you, I'm feeling that you have some spirit, like some buildup, some residue around you in your area. Um, oh, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Lauren. And, but I feel like even though, let's say out of a 10, your spiritual, like the residue in your area is at a 7, I feel that it's well contained. But it is time to do a cleanse. It may be including like just like when I say cleanse and clearing your space, generally I mean in the energy of like feng shui, like letting energy flow throughout a home. That is a perfect way to do it. Not a lot of people do, not even myself. But if you were looking for a guide, using some sage, using Palo Santo, you don't have to use sage. I've been recommending people use kitchen sage to keep the wild. Or if you buy white sage, make sure you buy from I forget approved or from native people or from like from natives so that they're getting the coin for the over harvesting, that they're the ones harvesting it. Um, oh, nice. I mean, and that could be over 7 or over like 7. It would be the point where things would get a little too much for you because things are at like a 7 but contained. If you were at a 7 but kind of all over the place, if they gave me the impression that the energy was all over, I'm sure they would have told you to cleanse like yesterday. Okay, that's probably that male energy I was picking up on, Melissa. Yeah, he's trying not to have his intentions affect you, but you guys might need to talk or something, or you maybe give him some leeway to tell you what's bothering him if he does. He might not. But at least you know that I feel in my opinion, this is a really good friend. Like he's not trying to affect you negatively at all. He's actively trying not to. Oh, okay, Sabrina. Yeah, you can. It's $8.88. Check the description box for my links. Oh my gosh, I don't have my. Hold on, let me go get my phone charger. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, thanks, Lauren. I'm dead. I am truly dead. Okay, if you know that something's bothering him, try to tease it out of him. And I feel like since you know now that it's not from a negative, like he's really trying to protect you from, you know what I'm saying, his feelings, or he may understand, like I don't know if he's empathic or if he just understands. A lot of times Scorpio placements have very, very potent manifestation skills. And a lot of times they'll notice it, like the singer Sierra. I feel like she understands, and I'm not sure if she's a Scorpio sun or moon or Venus. I just feel she has heavy Scorpio placements. I feel like she actively, the reason why she doesn't, have that negativity in her life is because she doesn't dwell on it. Like why her life is going so well, she doesn't dwell on that stuff. And that's why she found herself a Russell. That's why her life, even though I'm sure their life isn't perfect, is sure different than how it was with Future, you know, because she had a kid with Future, right? Okay, I keep on forgetting if that's Future or somebody else. I'm dead. Okay, Melissa, did you send for the um loved one? Well, actually, let me get Frida because I don't think she mentioned she wanted to love, and then I'll circle back with your loved one. Okay, Frida. Oh, okay, think about that. Okay, so when it comes to if you have um um a hex or curse on your family or generational, I feel that things are balanced, but you have something watching out for you. And the thing that I can't quite pick up with energy, if the watcher is positive or negative, it could be neutral and it's just watching, but it feels very like potent. Like I'm not quite sure where this comes from. It feels very old. So I don't know. Maybe you can trace your family back to a very far back or a very, I don't say ancient civilization, but it feels extremely old. Like it feels, I just can't say it feels old. Um, so it could just be protective or it could be watching to make sure that your family is balanced and doesn't, suffer from a hex or curse or anything like that. But I can't really tell if it's positive or negative. It could be a deity or something, but I'm not sure there. When it comes to, is there somebody that has any evil eye or negative spell work against you? I am getting that is it's like a no, but then I'm also getting something about you and travel. I don't know that you should watch out when you're traveling. I don't know if it's because people can pick up on your energy and maybe try and engage you in weird things. Oh, you're very welcome. But yeah, it feels like there it's like I don't know if your family is very enmeshed in their faith or if they're um or what it is, or like I feel like the sense of a Bible or a book or something coming up, and that it's like watch out for the witches. This is what I'm getting. Why it's so weird. 'Cause it's like, do you know what I do? But it's like to watch out for. I don't know if they're fake witches or I don't know. It just comes with a warning of while you're traveling, watch out for people with gifts and abilities. Okay, very spiritual family. It's like okay, makes sense because it's just crazy. Um, it could be why it's coming through so strong. When it comes to having the energy and the spirits that are around you, again, it feels like you have a lot of luck on your side. It feels like you have a lot of protective energy around. It just feels like that. And I don't know if your family has recently been through a curse, like if maybe your family has been cursed like in the past 10 or 20 years and somebody went through and removed it, because I'm getting the sense of something negative being removed. And that could explain that old energy I feel making sure your family's balanced. That would actually make perfect sense because but if that's not the case, definitely let me know. But I just feel like a lot of luck that things are going very well for you. Well, at least for your family. I don't feel like anything going wrong. Please correct me if that's not the case. Oh my gosh. Okay, perfect. So I'm just like this. Whew, okay. So this is a confirmation for you that it was removed. Things are well. You have some older energy, like it feels like familial energy, watching out to make sure you guys stay good. Um, and when it comes to like residual energy and things of that nature, um, I feel like it's time for you to cleanse, dear. um, it's like it feels like, and I don't know what's going on in your romantic or love life, but it feels like it's blocking this from coming in. Or if you currently are in a relationship, it's doing something funky. Whatever is going on is doing something funky in your relationship, or it's causing fights, or it's adding to problems that it really shouldn't be. But definitely take some time and cleanse. Um, and thank you so much for confirming that your family had something removed, but you guys are set up really good now. Like, yay. But that's all I have for you, Frida. Any questions? Okay. Oh, yes, definitely. Like you need to cleanse. I do cleanses, but I feel like if you are still in contact with the person that did the removal, they may as well. Definitely get a cleanse, but I'm also available to do them too. I do a distance like Reiki charge Olympia. Um, and I've done it with friends and family, and they really enjoy it. So if that's something you would like to try with me, hit me up. I priced it reasonably at $22.22 because I want some things to be, you know what I'm saying? I want things to be accessible and affordable for some. But if that does not, if you don't, if that does not call to you or anything, that's fine. But I do want to let you know it's available. You are very, very welcome, and you stay safe. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, you can book it on my site. It's mentioned in the description box. Or if you're on Twitter, you can DM me and we can talk a little bit more about that. If you have any questions on anything. Oh, wait, you said you traveled recently and you went with a group of friends. Oh, okay. I missed that comment. Okay, so I'm moving on to. Oh, I'm still keying about Lauren. Thank you so much for setting me up and letting me know. So I'm going to do Melissa's reading, love reading. Or was that a while ago? No, that's like now. Let me check my thingamabob. Oh Lord, I missed text messages. My phone has been dead for most of the day today, and I just missed everything. Oh shoot. Okay, I don't know. I can't see if there is. The only one I can see right now is my Cash App. So just let me know where you sent it to. Okay, I see Spiritual Sabrina. And Melissa. Okay, did you send yet? Okay, through Venmo? Cool. I will check it. I trust that. And I think I get an email, so. Oh, shoot. What was your question again? Let me do your question now, and then I'll get Spiritual Sabrina. That's what I was forgetting. Want to know what's next for him. Oh, you're fine on Cash App. No worries. Either which one, it gets to me. But I think I have the link to my Cash App, like the cashapp.me, my username. I think it's in the description box, but if it's not, no worries. Either which way, that works. Okay. So when it comes to Cameron, reach out to you because of work. I'm not sure with everything going on if he is in more demand at his job. I kind of sense that kind of getting in the way, but him wanting to reach out to you and wanting to take another chance, but that involves him facing some of his fears. And I like this card because this is like my shadow work card. You can see this deck is well used, but this is my shadow work card, and it is something that I feel like you trigger certain things within him that it can go either way. It's either he can use it and he can become better, or he can kind of not take the hint and kind of not grow. And that will be harmful to him eventually. But he really needs to get past some of his past hurt and open himself up so you guys can kind of learn to get through these emotional times together. He has some things to learn about love. Got that, Lauren? Oh, wow. The very first thing that popped out is uh, okay, Melissa, I'm doing okay, so you feel that you're in a place. I just do, so this is the order. I'm gonna get Melissa, then Spiritual Sabrina. And what did you mention? Yeah, I can see that because what I'm getting for you two, this spread your wings, is you guys taking a chance. Is how I'm picking up for you. And I feel like you both are gonna kind of play it by ear and follow your intuition. But this Ace of Cups here, to me, it indicates that you do have a chance at becoming a relationship or a good couple or taking that chance on each other. I feel like you two are the right fit. I feel spiritually lined up. No, you didn't interrupt, Melissa. I was just letting you know that the read that I did prior was on Lauren, so you wouldn't get confused with who I was reading on. Um, that's why I mentioned that. But no, this spread here is you, and I definitely picked up what you got. I feel like you guys trying to control your emotions, trying to, like you said, yes, that holding back feeling. Let me see if I can get any advice. Wow, these cards kind of very similar, but I'm not picking up on what they're asked, what this is reference to. I feel like this is literally you need to seek the truth or seek the deeper meaning of why you have given up on love. I feel like he does too. I feel that it's connected to you two having a new beginning here. Um, because I feel like through this, you're gonna find clarity on on what you two mean to each other and what the future could hold for the both of you. Oh, but what I'm picking up on is some inner work and emotional work that needs to be tended to. And I feel like you two are a good match to work through this together if you guys will allow it. Do you have any questions on anything that I've brought up or anything that I didn't bring up that you want me to read a little deeper into? Oh, thank you. That's probably why you ended up in my stream and why we've converted over to love readings. um, I'm about to before I get to Sabrina. Well, I'm gonna get to Sabrina, or before I get to Sabrina, I'm just gonna mention on here that we've switched over to love readings. Um, mm, so if anybody wants to come in, I'm just mentioning on here. We have somehow switched. We have somehow switched to also doing mini love readings. I said pop in. It's 8:88. Okay. All right, Melissa, I feel that. And if you're on Twitter, yeah, definitely DM me um, before you book if you would like, if you want to do a little chit chat um, before you book. Because I don't have all my love readings up, but you can just order a phone reading if you're fine with the phone. And I probably have you in 2 to 3 days. Um, all right, Miss Sabrina, let me get these cards. And yeah, you don't have to message me. You can just book. But I just would like to know, like, when, like, that it's you. But as long as your name's Melissa, it's the same. I shouldn't have a problem figuring it out. Oh my goodness, you still haven't cards about. Okay, a general read on what's going on. Okay, can we do a general read for Sabrina? Are you currently single or in a situation, friends with benefits, or relationship? That's really the only clarifier I need to know for a better pickup on your energy. You don't know why you're still holding on to the seatbelt. It's hard, especially dealing with certain people. Okay. Do you want any of those two people to come back into your life, Sabrina? Or are you done with them? Okay. What you got? Wow. Just like love all. So I feel like you are a very like loving person and you give off a lot of love and you just really need to find somebody that you can do this equally with. I don't know how many Libra placements you have or in astrology that kind of it feels similar. I can't remember, but it just feels like you just kind of need somebody to match your energy. And that's okay. It feels like you need somebody to match your energy and like to be I don't want to say the happiest, but to feel more balanced and secure in your relationship. I feel it's one of the things that you need emotionally because I sense that um you are going to have somebody or something coming up. I want to say this year. I'm not quite sure on the timing of it, but I am getting that there are some emotional things that you have to deal with because these two things go together. This open up. Here, let me move these out the way and I'll bring them back. So this open up here, this is reversed for me. This is upright. Something that you need to emotionally, and then you're not open to really fully access all of the hurt or all of the problems or the issues in regards to this. And that's why I feel like you're getting you need to do some emotional work, some inner work on past relationship. I hate saying trauma, but problems, issues, things that you may have wondered about. I think once you get clarity about that, um, that you're really going to understand. And it's so funny that, like right here, once you get clarity on this, I feel like it's going to be like a light bulb in your brain has gone off, and you're like, okay, these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the things that I need. I think it's going to make the process of dating, meeting people, and really figuring out if this person is a good fit for you a much easier process, less heartbreaking, less emotional. Um, for lack of a better term, and they're like, you'll be able to trust your intuition more. This card is like the high priestess in the regular tarot, and it just feels like you'll even trust your intuition when it comes to this even more, because I do get a sense of you getting somebody coming in, but like normally I would read this as this coming in I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks or so. Like it feels like it could be, but I honestly feel like it could be up to a year before you really meet someone that you mesh with. You could have a relationship between them um, as well. And something else. This balance card goes here as well. Um, yeah, let's bring it all together. Sometimes spirits having me like move stuff around, but I feel like that was kind of all over the place. I feel not all over the place. It's not speaking specifically on like love, like who's coming in. It's speaking for you to do some inner work. Do you have any specific questions on like when is somebody coming in or like anything like that? I can read on those questions directly, but this is what your spiritual team wanted you to know right now. What you need to know, they'll help you the very most at this moment. Lauren, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging around. Oh, okay. Oh, you're so welcome, Frida. Okay, I will read on, I'll do 2 cards for C and I'll do 2 cards for S. But what I'm getting immediately, sorry, I don't know if I didn't say this out loud. Mallory, I see what you said. I feel it. So I got you next. And I would say what I do feel for you is doing a cord cutting session. I mentioned it earlier. I do cord cuttings. They're on sale on my site for like $35 for the end of this month. And you don't have to pay an additional cord cutting for everyone. You can do a cord cutting and it can help you with your healing process to process your emotions. Once you can objectively look at the situation, it cuts the energetic ties between you, but it does not cut the memories. It does not like make you like hate anybody. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like it's asking for you to take some time to reflect and figure things out. And I feel like you taking some time to really pin down what you want and need in a relationship, I feel the process is going to be extremely beneficial to you. in the long run. And if you, of course, don't have to do a cord cutting with me, like I feel like having a practitioner do a cord cutting for you is probably one of the strongest types of cord cutting, but you can find cord cutting meditations. You know, you can light a cord cutting candle. If you can like find them, or you can just get a white candle with that intention. I did want to mention that. So I'm going to say those are the 2 cards for him. Okay, so it looks like C still thinks about you sexually, and you may get um you know, you may be connected to him psychically or by your third eye, so you may get visions of him at times, and I feel like that connection's still active. So for him, a cord cutting probably would be a good thing if you can't get this mind or out of your sexual thoughts. For S, it feels like he understands why things have gone the way they have. He may be a little confused. He might have thought himself having feelings for you, but I feel like at the end of the day, it's not like romantic love. It is like a friendship type of love that he feels for you. Thank you for letting me know that it resonated. But that's what I get for how they feel about you. Let's see, one more card. Oh, C doesn't feel like he can get back with you again. S feels like you guys may end up working together or doing something with a similar purpose or goal. Like, I don't know, being on a committee or something. I don't. It feels like friendship with him. All right. C, Mallory, let me get you. Do you have a specific question on your reading? Where's the um, You're very, very welcome, Sabrina. Okay, Mallory. I'm just gonna ask if you guys can give my video a thumbs up, please. If you enjoy what's going on in here. I'm just waiting on Mallory to let me know what kind of reading that you want. Like, I know you want a love reading, but do you have a specific person in mind? Are you thinking about an ex? Do you want to, how does he or she feel about you? Um, Anything of that nature. Are you feeling stuck in love? I just want to know like where you would like me to read for you. I can ask Spirit for a general message, but it's easier for me to decipher if you. Hmm. Okay. To catch up, like career wise, financially. Um, this feels like I might need to understand a little bit more of the background. Um, but I will try and read into it without you going into too many details. If you need to give me some details and you don't feel comfortable sharing like on like in the chat, you can definitely like DM me or email me or something. Oh, it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. I'm just trying to figure out more of the energy before I read because sometimes what I pick up, it can be multiple different situations. And I just try to figure, like, decipher through that. But I know that's right. Mine are too. They they will come through. They will people messages for me like out of the blue, have me completely all the way messed up. I'm like, where did that even come from? Okay, let me see. And Valerie and her love situation with her significant other. Is your significant other a male or female? Like, what are their pronouns, please? All right. Okay. Male and living with you. Okay. Tell me to get another. All right. These are two cards that came out last. And I'm picking up these cards as they fell out the deck. They said what we said. Didn't I just put these cards back in? I sure did. Um, okay. One question. Hmm. So, what I'm kind of picking up about your significant other is that there's something that he is, I don't want to say deluding himself about, but there's something that he's being a little unrealistic about. And he really has to see it for what it is and go from there. Now, I don't know if this is in career. I don't know if this is with your love, but I feel like there's something that because he's not seeing it clearly, he's not taking the appropriate steps to actually be successful. So I feel like that's why that they're giving me that indication and that message. It may be that you guys need to talk about these things to get some things off of his chest because I feel like there's some mental hangups with some things. Like maybe he has an inferiority complex when it comes to his performance. When it comes to whatever area this is, I feel a lot of insecurity. Whether he realizes that these feelings are insecurity or not, they can hold him back if he doesn't recognize and process the feeling. Um, I feel like he probably can become more spiritually aligned. And when he does, this is a card that can mean many things, but for you in this spread, I feel like it is that he can be a very good manifester, but he needs to get his like spiritual and emotional house in order or start to get it in order first. I think once he starts to go along the steps of manifesting, I would say start with The Secret. I feel like The Secret is very soft LOA stuff. I don't feel like it's everything you need to know, but the secret starts a lot of people's like journey with manifesting. Yeah. You can't do it for him. He has to get himself together mentally. And I feel like maybe once he's exposed to kind of like the secret, like for most people, they just need that little baseline and they can run from there. He might need a little bit more help or something, but I feel like he can manifest, and he can use this manifestation. Like he can't like, manifest the lottery or anything, but I feel like he can use it to help him in this area that he's being a little, like I said, delusional about, for him to see things for how they are, so he can manifest himself a better outcome, if that makes sense. But I feel like he has that capability. Not a lot of people are good manifestors. I feel like he has that latent ability. He just has to embrace it and do the work towards it. Um, yeah, and I feel like that's where this is coming in for him, choosing the things that he focuses on, not battles here, but choosing. He needs to make the right or choice, or what he picks can come into his view. But where the choices come in, it feels like because he doesn't understand like he doesn't understand exactly where he's at. I feel that, like I said, I feel like other than that, most of his hangups and most of the things holding him back are internal. Um, oh, he's a gambler. Well, not perfect, but he definitely use manifestation to make things go more his way when it comes to that. But I don't know if that's his profession. But I'm getting that the opportunities are there for him. He just needs to be in the right energy to accept them and to move forward and to just take advantage of. Okay, yeah. When I got that, this is like, if I remember correctly, this is like the sun. Like these cards here, they get a little less associated to the tarot with the numbers, but this is like the sun card, and I feel like this is going to light up his, like I mentioned, he has some insecurity. This is going to light up his solar plexus. Sun is yellow like the solar plexus. Is really going to uplift his confidence when he notices that there's a connection between him manifesting and him bringing things to fruition in his life, like, and him getting his emotions and his inner turmoil like under control. Like I feel he just needs to start to address it and he'll notice the difference. Here, I'm about to delete my little tweet. Oh, okay. I didn't know, Mallory, that you had been on your way. All right. I didn't even see that. I'm dead. Alrighty. But yeah, I'm getting like here, I don't read this as the traditional card. I'm picking up that this is a major obstacle, and you have said this, for you two coming together. And this ritual here, I believe it is like a Wiccan hand fasting. And a hand fasting ritual is like a wedding. So I read this card differently than what the book or anything reads. And I read it differently every time. But for you guys, I feel like, I don't know if you guys have talked about marriage. I don't know if you guys plan on being married, if you feel like that's the next step for you. But I feel like him getting through these things here are going to allow you to make those moves towards, oh, and this is move, and make the moves towards a more permanent and legal spiritual union. I don't feel the legal part is the important part. I feel like the spiritual union is. So I feel that's the all that I have for you here, but do you have any questions? Thank you. Mm. Any way you can help him and advice. So I'll tell you how you can help him just from the energy that I picked up so far. I don't know if you're into manifesting. I don't know how spiritual you are, but I feel that you becoming spiritual and you focus on manifesting as well is going to help support him. I think for a lot of guys, and I'm sorry for any guys that listen, a lot of times they just sometimes they just need a little help. Like they need another person. There's some people that they're not like that, but I especially find that for guys that are dragging their feet and they're in a relationship with somebody else and they're like the more masculine energy person in the relationship, I just find that they just drag their feet, and then when everything comes to fruition, like I don't know why it took me so long to get it, babe. Like it's just so interesting. So I feel like you also doing some reading, you joining him on this path, um, you manifesting if you don't already, getting into that. Um, and not for the purpose of helping him, but for the purpose of you guys doing it together. You said, I am awake, girl. Okay. And and that's the advice that I'm getting. And let me see if they give me any more cards here. I don't feel like I'm really gonna get much else. Yeah, talking to each other. So that's the thing. Making it a point to talk, center your love energy, let him know that you I feel like for some people like myself who say, oh, you know I love you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And I don't mean it like, yeah, whatever, but to me it's like, okay, that's fluff, get to the point. I feel for him he really does need to hear that before you give him some criticism. You know I love you. You know, I mean the best. You know that I'm coming from this place. I feel it needs to be said almost every time. And you may already know this, but this is definitely confirmation for you, especially when you're criticizing him a bit, and you're giving him some negative news. I feel that is something to keep in mind. But that's the only advice that I have. Like always center like your love here. Um, that's what I got, doll. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because this came up twice. It came up as the heart chakra, and it came up as this. Like, and that's not what it means traditionally, but that's definitely how they relayed the message to me. So when I pulled that card, so I'm glad that has helped. They'll help in your conversations with him for him to be a little less. Oh, what's the word? Resistance. Defensive. Defensive. But yeah, if you ever want another reading or thank you, I'm just glad to help. You can definitely hit me up in the DMs. If you want advice about the other readings that I offer. Hi, Roxanne. Yes, I'm doing good. Perfect, Mallory. Stay safe. Talk soon. How are things going? I don't know if I updated you, but for the group of people that I'm doing removals on, there's some of you that I've started another round because of the equinox that happened. I just got an inkling that I needed to do another round for some people to because of the equinox, and I don't know why. I didn't even ask, but um, I had somebody confirm by telling me that they had something happen. And I'm like, yeah, that's why they wanted me to extend the time. So just while you're here, I'll tell you that. And then anything else that you want to chat about. I'm just going to arrange these cards for thumbnail, picture. Boom. This is so nice. Mm-mm. Would you like a reading, Roxanne, or something else going on? Or are you just popping in to say hi? Hold on, I have a phone. I'm going to mute this. Okay, I'm back. I had a phone call. Um, but yeah, we're done here. This was a nice stream. I like the energy you guys brought in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll do this again sometime. Um, yeah. Okay, guys, I am about to head out. Um, any last minute questions? Any last minute anything? All right. Good night, guys. Peace.